Tyler Cantrell with BlazerTV.com. The UAB Blazers just finished their 4th day of spring training, the 2nd day in pads. It's official. The Garrett McGee era is off and running and running and running. We caught up with new defensive coordinator Reggie Johnson after practice to talk about the tempo and where the defense is headed so far. We're back here, 2nd full day of pads. We're here with defensive coordinator Johnson. How you feel so far? Two days of pads in 4 practices. How's it going on the defensive side?
It's a work in progress. I think the guys they're working hard, but again, we have to build small wins by doing things right every day. Again, so it's a growing process, and it's a good thing we have 12 more practices or 11 more practices. So we'll keep working.
Have you obviously you're working hard? I can tell you're working hard. You're sweating out here too. This pace is just mind-boggling. How do you feel about the pace? What's the benefits of that?
Well, one, we're not fast enough. It has to be faster. One, it gets our guys in shape, gets them in, plus everything in this league is spread, and they're all the up-tempo offenses, so we have to be able to match their tempo. So that's preparing us for the fall, and forces them to have to think and react on the run with everything going. So, plus it gets me in shape too. I need to shed a few pounds, but again, I think the guys are hungry. They're willing learners. So I'm pleased with so far, again, but we still have a lot of room to grow.
And kind of last question, what do you think? Have you seen any guys that are really stepping up as leaders? You've had 4 practices. You're getting to know these guys a little bit. Has there been any surprises for you there so far?
Well, obviously the guys that have played a lot of football, they tend to be more vocal. So we need to get more out of those guys that have played more. The guys up front that have done it with Connor and Scott. Daheem, Watkins, those guys, and at the back position with Marvin and Pat. The other guys that played are injured, so they haven't been out there with us. But the guys that have been here, they're a little bit farther ahead than those younger guys. So I expect a lot more out of those guys. But again, we need more. We need more, and we'll get it out of them. And just a bit of time.
Thanks, Coach. And who better to talk to about this fast offensive system than Jamarcus Nelson, who is arguably the fastest Blazer on the field. We caught up with the sophomore wide receiver after practice. We're here, Blazer TV, covering 2nd full day in pads with wide receiver Jamarcus Nelson. And Jamarcus, a lot of the tempo this year has been the theme for you guys. So I wanted to know what the fastest player on the Blazer team thought about this fast tempo. So what's your thoughts so far on this new style?
The fast tempo is going to help us a lot during the games, because most of the offenses that we're going to face are going to be up-tempo, and we just going to be ready for it. We, getting in shape. It's not by running like after practice or whatever, but like getting into it and doing practice or whatever.
So they're catching up to you? Yeah, you still the fastest guy?
I guess so, but sometimes, the fastest always get a little winded, but you got to push through it.
Well, what do you think so far about this group of receivers? How are you adjusting to the new offensive philosophy, the changes? How are the receivers handling that so far?
We handling it pretty well. We just come out and work every day. We do everything what Coach Sid tell us to do. He know what he talking about, and also bringing in what Coach McGee want us to do as well.
Quarterbacks too. Is there a big change for? Overall, just offensive philosophy, quarterbacks, wide receivers. How big of a change is this from last year's system to this year?
It's not too much of a change. We kind of used to each other already from the previous years or whatever. But, we just try to come out, get catches, and get the timing down, and then we'll be fine come the season.
For continued coverage of UAB spring football, make sure to keep your eyes and the lights on to BlazerTV.com.